Welcome, Cosmic Explorers, to Friday night. I'm your co creator, Hillis Pugh, who will be joined by my co creatrix shortly. It's been a very interesting, very interesting day today. But Rebecca will be joining us momentarily. And, we are in an abundance of energy of transformation. And, it's interesting in how this day, timing, everything is flowing because as I was preparing for the show tonight, there have been a lot of energies opening up and flowing. And it's almost in the space where you will see, or personally, I will feel a flow, and then things will just stop. And then there'll be another wave. And we have to understand that in the space time energy of transformation and transition, there's always going to be these energies of waves. And these energies of waves, they have to come, as waves because sometimes, you know, those who haven't felt in this type of energy before can tend to move into uh, being in a space of overwhelmment. And it's interesting in how we allow ourselves to be overwhelmed, even though we desire and want more things to happen. When we're in these spaces of transformation and transition, just the little things, or if it could be a bit too much of us handling one thing, we tend to get overwhelmed. And that's, the energy that we want to move away from, is the energy of being overwhelmed. And it's just a lesson. It's a lesson in all things, and how we move through life, and how we tend to understand life, and how life is connecting with us. And I just want to take this moment to say hello to all who are joining us. And Rebecca will be joining us shortly. Um, such as life, right? Things happen. And with the understanding of things happen, I almost didn't quite make it on time today myself. It was really interesting. And there she is.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. Yeah, I was just talking about, and how, the waves of energy, and how we're in this grand space of transformation, and how these waves of energy have to happen in waves, or else we can be overwhelmed or overtaken by a lot. And I know that I've been experiencing that a lot lately, because we want a lot. We want things to happen, and we want things to move quickly and swiftly, so we can get things together. But you know, things have to happen, and when they have to happen, right?
Exactly, exactly. Um, yeah, the energies right now, and I so agree with that. Even with everything in life, and are we kind of conditioned to that? We're conditioned. We have to have it now.
It's all society's fault. All this instant gratification, you
Yeah,
know.
we were growing up with that, and now that the energies are changing us, the mindset of everything that's happened over the years, last few years, is taking us to a different mindset with these energies. Do you agree? In the transformation that we're going through, and it is part of that transformation.
Everything from having a microwave to having a cell phone, it's all about convenience. Since we're putting it out there, and there's a level of convenience, but also in that space of convenience, where is the time for self? Where's the time of who we are, or respect to what we wish to become in the space of transformation?
Exactly. Hence my face. I thought it'd be healed by now, but now it's continuing to. To move
So
along. So I'm in real time, people. What's happening with the energy? So
so yeah, when I see you, I'm gonna knock you right out of you. How's that?
there you go, there you go. I want to apologize for being late. Actually, did you tell him I took a nap?
No, I didn't know. I didn't tell.
Oh, yeah, I took a nap, everyone, and I'm like sleeping. And actually, Cosmo came in. He's like, "Wah, wah," starts barking at me, like literally a couple minutes before. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what time it is? And I was like,
It was.
huh?
It was because honestly, I was like calling Rebecca. I'm like, where is she? She's never late. Where is she? What's going on? And then I called David. I'm like, okay, David's not answering his phone. What's happening? I'm like, well, just like really loud, and I guess Cosmo heard your name in the
Yeah, he
energy.
came in, started barking, and he jumped on the bed and started licking my face. And I was like in the toilet. I'm like, where am I? What's going on? What time is it? And where is it? And I'm like, holy shit, it's time for the show. So, so yeah, it's so funny though. We gotta laugh at the times today, and just as Hillis was saying, what's happening and how we are, and the energies, and we really got to be kind to ourselves now and everyone else more than and look at those places where we beat each other up. I was talking about this yesterday with a friend, how much we really beat ourselves up more than others. And it's really time to really get into that self-love of ourself at like a whole nother level, and looking at ourselves, and really start to stop when we beat ourselves up, thoughts or feelings or actions we do towards ourselves, with the energy to help shift and stay in that loveness, as and that patience of this time that we're being taught for this newness to come in, because I think we're really also being taught patience right now. We really have to be patient, that everything is coming, everything's happening. It's like I don't know about you, like I can freaking taste the newness of the world right now. Like before it was like I felt it and I knew it was coming. Now it's to the point where it's starting to come into form a little bit, and it's almost like you feel the taste of it, so it's starting to manifest and form itself. And just remember that, what you're creating right now is new creation time. It's a new energy of a new creation. And as we create something new, really, the more you could stay into that new entanglement of you, of what you want to create with the energies, like that little will start to make form and start to form in this beautiful dream that we're creating now on this earth.
Yeah, exactly. And before we go into any deeper, I'm gonna comment on that, but I want to say this. So if there's anyone who's watching and that they wish to come on now today live in our honoring space segment, raise your hand and I will send you a link
How are they
for
going
you
to
to
raise their
come on
hand?
live. Huh?
How are they going to raise their hand?
Just comment and we'll see the comments. Like I want to come on live and I will send you a link. You don't have to be on camera; it could be audio only. So there's that component as well.
Can you just put the link in comments, and if anybody wants to click on and surprise us, they can?
Well, yeah, that could work too.
Simplicity,
um,
people, simplicity, make life simple.
and so as I do that, hey,
And let us know,
brother.
put in the comments too if anything's going on in your world that you like to comment on, that you like us to read on the show, of any comments or anything that you like to say or whatever.
Yeah, but I want to go back to what you were talking about, Rebecca, because it was very
I'm still
important.
half asleep, so you have to remind me what I was talking about.
No, well, everything you just talked about transformation and being patient,
Yeah.
and today, I feel I am expanding my own personal space because my roommate is gone for the weekend, and they let me borrow their car to go see a couple of clients today. And in that space, I'm like, this is new. This is like this ever expanding space. So on my way home to do the show, I was running late for. That's why I was calling you. It's like, Rebecca, I'm going to be late,
Oh
but
wow.
but I did something this. Like I actually had a phone conversation in the car, I'm like, I'm expanded because usually when I drive, there's complete silence in the car so I can focus.
Are you like an old man driving?
No,
Okay, never
no,
mind.
no, no,
I had
no,
this vision of you like
no, 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 no,
I'm not
no.
woke and all.
I'm
Sorry, I
like,
just have this vision of you driving. I
and so we have to, and I say, and I share this story for those watching because we have to allow ourselves to see the subtleness of the nuances of our own personal transformation. Because as you also mentioned, Rebecca, is that this is brand new energy. And when I say brand new, I mean brand new to the planet, meaning that the collective, us, we all have to have a period of adjustment as we go through this transformation, because with this brand new energy, with anything that's brand new, we have to break it in a little bit. We have to get used to it. We have to understand the limitless abilities with this, and we have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing to see what we can do. And part of my experience of the past 4 months, it's been 4 months since I've been doing plant medicine.
mm,
I know, right? And it's been part of this journey is really, really being able to see how um, the expansiveness of myself, with me doing my in-home diet, the plant medicine, also communing with the first teachers of the mushrooms and really understanding them and just really understanding the totality, the allness that truly exists in the world, in the universe, and what we have living within us, because we often forget about here. And so I encourage everyone, if you are lost or
hmm,
don't know where to go, start with inside. Forget
mhm.
about everything else around you. Everything outside is a result of what's happening here. And once you have here, everything outside doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly, exactly. And I want to add to that. What was coming to me. I was thinking. What you were just talking about was also coming right now. We've got to remember too, not only are we changing right now, everything's changing right now, and the universe is changing, Mother Earth is changing. I mean, it's like a newness for everything, starting down to who we are all the way up to the cosmos, just, I mean, look at everything that's been happening, all that, meteors have been happening, and just the crazy, I can't think right now. Just just all the different things that haven't happened in years, that are happening at this point in time. So you got to remember too, is like as Mother and how connected we are to Mother Earth and everything else in the world. The vibration level, everything's changing, and Mother Earth right now is vibrating at a different level that she's never been at before.
Yeah,
And so that's like that's interacting with everything. And since we are so connected to the earth and everything that's happening in the uproar of everything, and also remember, we pull in information and vibration from the whole collective. So why I'm saying that, exactly what you said, everything is internal. And just remember that when things are out of sort with inside of you, that because we are who we are, and the expansion of what we're becoming, that a lot of times what you're feeling in your body or what's going on in your body, um, is from the outside world. You're picking up on it like an antenna. So always remember that. I always love that, return to sender. I learned years ago, always check in with yourself, and return the energy back that you're taking on, because we don't have, especially empaths out there, people that are high functioning empaths. And just, I mean, that's a huge thing to remember, that when you're out of sorts and things are going on, always check in with yourself on the inside of what you're taking on from the out that's not yours. Uh,
exactly. And, I want to share something with everyone, and and no matter how many times I hear it, it seems to always amaze me, in myself, is that when people meet me and people get to know me, they say, Hillis, how do you remain at such peace? Or how do you remain so calm and centered when there's all this craziness happening around you? And I'm like, really? Am I really that peaceful? Am I really not? Am I really that non-reactive? And because internally there's all these thoughts that are going through my mind when all these external events are occurring, no matter how close it is to my environment. It is in that proximity of the space that I'm in to truly understand the environment. And when I say proximity, whether it's physical or energetic, and when we allow ourselves to have the self awareness of, well, this happening in this environment doesn't affect me or bother me, when we choose to detach from it, from the energy or how it could hurt me or how it could affect me, that's how we move into having what I call unshakable peace. When we, allow ourselves to be fully engaged and fully present within ourselves, then nothing outside can bother you. And the opposite is true. If you allow everything, to stress you out, to create anxiety, depression, to step into the emotional memories, because that's what emotions are. Emotions are memories that
Mhm.
we are reliving in a new way. And when we allow for that to affect us, we have the same outcome with every action thereafter. And so we have to live as every moment is new and take those memories as a reference, but not react to them in the new energy that is present in that moment. And so we all have to now step into the space of having that eternal peace, knowing that our proximity of any environment cannot affect us unless we allow it to. And doesn't matter the relationship it is, whether if it's dogs or plants or other humans or other objects, or other insects. It doesn't matter what that is. If we give our full attention to that, then yes, it will affect us. It will affect us in many different ways, but we have to allow ourselves to find that sacred inner peace, the heart space, to anchor into that.
So that's almost what I'm hearing, is, it's almost that what's happening right now is the crumbling of the ego.
Yeah,
The crumbling of the ego space that like he tries to protect us all the time, but keeps us attached to what we shouldn't be attached to. The
yeah.
attachment politics talks about the once again the four agreements. You get the four agreements. I mean, I can hold
Well,
one second because those are the teachings of everything we're going through right now. It's the unraveling of that ego, and totally unraveling to stay. You're exactly right, to stay in that inner peace.
right.
What is that?
Well,
Hmm?
I just want to maybe restructure it a little bit.
Okay.
Is it's not more so of a crumbling, or well, I should say it's a crumbling and a rebuilding
Yeah.
of the ego. To
Unraveling.
right, to have it serve, or for it to define its purpose moving forward.
Exactly. It's unraveling it so you can ravel it in a new way to give it a new job.
Yes.
Because the
No,
job is bad, it does not serve anyone to it keeps you locked in duality.
exactly.
Yeah. The duality, and do we have to be right? Because
No.
no, I'm saying that keeps us locked in the duality of having to be right.
And I think
It's
that's the
keeping peace
thing
that
with a lot of people, on the planet. People feel they always have to be right about something. We always have to be right. No, you don't.
no.
Well, you know what? No, let me rephrase that. People feel they always have to prove their right or defend their rightness. That's where we get caught up at, in the proving and the defending of what we believe. So what? If you're right, you're right. You don't have to prove anything one to anything or defend anything to anyone, because in your energy, in your system, you believe it. I mean, until someone hops aboard and believe with you. That's why we're moving into this, new energy of sameness. The old adage was, opposites attract. That
Yeah.
worked for a time, right? But now it's the energy that we're moving into where sameness attracts. Where the opposite created these polarizing views and catapulted this energy of growth, and that energetic growth served for what it needed to serve. But now, in the space of sameness, we are building this community to have a strong foundation. So then, when we get to that place, we can really move into building harmony instead of contrast. And when
Mhm.
we build with harmony, there's a stronger foundation, stronger everything in the space of harmony.
And that goes back to I said I've been saying for a very long time now. It's moving into the language of vibration, and vibration
Boom.
is a brand new language that we don't understand. And understanding energy as a language is very, it's really learning. And I feel personally that's where that attachment comes to, is when you have the need and desire, you don't know how to discern what's going on, and you attach yourself into it as something that's not, because energy can have some, it doesn't really define itself, like, and we're so used and programmed that, so vibration doesn't define itself, it's always changing.
Right.
And we've been taught with how we function, we have to have a definition, everything has to be solid and concrete.
Exactly.
We're getting into a world where everything is not solid and concrete, and that's why we have to open up and listen to vibration and listen to our body and that internal clock that teaches us from our heart and our body of how to navigate energy and vibration compared to the form we have been functioning from.
Exactly. Think of vibration as one of the four elements. Like, because it's always moving, always shifting, always changing, just like one of the four elements. And you can say vibration is the unseen fifth element, just life as life
Exactly.
itself. So
Yeah, and vibration and energy is something that is the most, actually, just an astounding. It's always been with us. That's been misunderstood and not want to looked at as the truth. Because what are we doing right now as a humanity? Everything's crumbling, and all the truth and the lies are coming up. So we're stepping into the truth of us, which is energy.
100%.
Exactly. And I want to say hi to everyone that somebody asked if we could get
Yes,
a reading.
and I'm just filling in too because actually I had an afternoon for this.
I'll do a card. They're so
that's
powerful.
why that's why I was almost late for the show because I was at the place where I contract out of, and I had afternoon full, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So Kai, I'm just gonna, like, whoever wants, I'm just gonna pull one card. I'm not really gonna do a reading, but we'll do a little card for people because I have cards sitting here. So
yeah,
um
are those the dragon ones?
no, no, these were just which ones did I grab? Just they were sitting here. The Wisdoms of Avalon.
Oh, I love those ones
They're
too.
around. Yeah, they were just sitting here. I'm lucky I even made it on myself to
and,
so
you want to hear a telltale sign, a telltale sign of how this was going to be a late day. It's because when I got here, I was setting up the computer, setting up everything, lights, everything, and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't schedule it with a streaming service to go live today, so I have to.
crazy things are changing and falling into place.
Yeah.
So Kaya Warner put a post up. Can I get a reading, please? So Kaya, I pulled you a card, and very interesting. So what came up is the spider. So it's so funny what we're talking about. What I'm feeling is like I feel like you're on the verge right now. So new, with the spider coming up, the spider's all about creation and moving and building a new web. So what new projects are you working on right now? That you need to open up to and expanding and create a new. I feel like there's some, you're on the, what I'm feeling right now is there's something you're in the in the crossroads of making a decision between two different things, or not even two. It feels like there's a couple different things you're at a crossroad making decision about. You can't quite make up your mind. And what is coming through with this fighter is, how they spin their webs is one little piece at a time. So just I'm feeling just to stuff in your heart around that, and follow that as your beginning. You can always go back to whatever. Just remember, whatever doesn't work can always be shift and changed. um and But right now it's getting clear on what you truly want in your new web design, and knowing that you don't have to stick with it forever if it's not what's correct for you, but to follow your heart to guide you.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome, Kia. One. So
Yeah,
now my brain is like coming down because I've been on this high all afternoon. I'm like, oh wait, yeah. And then
gotcha. Oh, I feel, and in these cards too that come out, I'm on Line Collective. So if they resonate with you, I pull a card for something, and sometimes we're all mixed in together. So we're all connected together. We are all we are, just think of yourself as a spider right now. We are all spiders right now. So yeah, totally agree. And so the next one is Miss Tenant Girl, which we know who that is. And thank you. I'm going to send out a message. Thank you for the information the other day. I will get back to you. And you know what I'm talking about. So I'll give you a card here. Okay, well, you got two because they came in at the same time. Oh, so interesting. So I must be tapped into what's going on. So actually, the goblin came out. We went from the spider to the goblin. Now, I know he's kind of silly and cute, but it's and then the second one that came out with it. So it's a double story altogether. So it's very interesting. So the second one that came out is the horse. So very interesting. So what's coming to me, Gamby, around that is where you're letting your past wounds that you still haven't let go of, that are kind of clinging and hanging on. I feel little threads right now. You've got like little threads putting on, and you've got there's like beautiful angels and beautiful beings with you right now that are behind you. And where do you need to open up from that there's somebody, you have some things going on that you need to move into, that you're going to go into, and you're kind of resisting a little bit, is what I'm feeling, is accepting help from others because of that wounded ego, and not um being able to fully trust that it's time to let that go, and know that you can move into that space asking help for others, and also that you don't have to take it all on yourself. You can delegate to other people's and work together. Time to get, like, I'm feeling like, get a team together. It's time to get a group together in order to create what you want to create and move together, and let that old part of you kind of go away, so you can move into this new space. I feel that I'm just getting like this about, like, it's a togetherness, and to open that space to allow others to assist you on your journey, and knowing that you can once again follow your heart and be in that space to allow those energies to come in, and the people that vibrate the way you do, in order to help you with this new adventure you're going on.
I love that. Wow, Gamby, you're in such a beautiful space right now.
Yes, I hope that helps out, sweet love, and everybody's joining us. Working on this now. Awesome, thank you, and I will get back to you, love. So, um, yeah. So if
Yeah,
anybody else has a card, I have them sitting here. That's all I see. Ask for one. So that's all we're gonna do. And as I said, I think those messages were for the collective as well as the individual. So
well, and I was just thinking about us doing the expansion time, but the whole show's been an expansive show.
has been an expensive show. It has been. Speaking of expensive, I got a cool story. I always got stories, so I got to tell you the story today. I went out to lunch with a friend of mine, who I have not seen in 3 years. It was just a time we kind of disconnected. It's one of those things. She was going through life, and we just disconnected, we reconnected. So I guess I'm telling you this because look in your life where things are starting to reconnect and come back around, of things that might been in your past before, and people or items or things had to go through their own journey, and they might be coming back around to you in this time. And that's why I'm telling this story. So we're sitting there, and I haven't seen her in like 3 years, and the door opens at the restaurant we were sitting at, and another friend of mine I have not talked in 3 years walks through the door, and I'm like, "Hey," she's like, "Oh my god," she goes. She said a friend was down the road, and that she'd never been to that restaurant before, and she just came across it and had to come in, and it was so weird. And guess who went to lunch with me today?
Cosmo.
No, your painting. Your painting went to lunch with me today because my friend loved it so much. So I brought it to lunch with me. So she saw it. So no, but it was really cool because it was just like, it's kind of what's happening. Look at this. I'm telling this story because it's all about these synchronicities and these things that are coming around, and, kind of to teach us and show us that, in a time of your life, you might have had to let go of someone, and, or as I said before, and their vibration needed to change to bring you back around, to reconnect, and really take note of those reconnections coming into your life for now, because they are huge messages for you, moving forward with the energy of what you're becoming and who you're becoming, and things like that. So really take note, I guess, and be mindful of what's coming in your world right now, because I've always said the universe talks to you, and more so than ever right now.
Yes. And speaking of reconnecting, let's get some people reconnected now with this night's tune up.
With the tune up,
Let's get
this
it all.
is a beautiful friend I saw before. He's doing a show tonight, so nobody
I missed that first part of what you said.
can understand me.
No, no, I didn't.
This is gifted to me from a friend I saw before. That's who she is, and she's on the show tonight.
Yes.
Love
If I was to me anything, I think gifts and donations. Oh, speaking of gifts, we do donations. So, what we do on this show, we do it kinds of hearts, the love that we do, and just the love of humanity. And so, if you guys feel very inspired to offer such a donation, put on the link in the description and offer a donation, because that helps keep the show right. You guys wouldn't be here, or we probably would just on a different way. So we honor you just as you honor us, and in donation will greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, yes. So, um, you know, we just want to take about what we did last week.
No, I'm laughing because he said, no, 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 actually, no, you could do just a little bit of uh,
So what we'll do is what we did last week. You do your thing, I'll do something again, and then you just connect us and let everybody sit with that sound.
yes,
Wave to the wind.
yes, exactly.
Ready now?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And everyone, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever you are watching, just take a nice deep breath. And as you do, begin to feel this beautiful white cord descend down from the sky to you. This cord represents the tether is to yourself, your higher self, to you, to the ultimate you, ultimately you, that is communicating with yourself. And in this resonance of communication, feel wanting to assist you in this form of guidance, this form of meditation, this form of inspiration. Though this message may not come in this moment, as we have been accustomed to having things delivered to us instantly. Allow for the message from the soul, from you, the ultimate you, to be delivered in perfect timing. Whether it's moments from now, hours from now, tomorrow, next week, next month, allow for the message that your soul has for you to be delivered when you, the physical representation of you, is ready to receive. And just allow for this beautiful white cord to slowly begin to wrap around you from your head all the way down to your feet, spiraling down and around you like a cocoon. And if we're just taking a nice big deep breath as it's around you, comforting you, connecting to Mother Earth, the South, the First Mother, and the First Father, connecting and communicating with you in sync with your ultimate you, with your soul, knowing the variations of you, getting familiar with the vibrations of you, and allowing yourself to be at home with you. Wherever you are, your home, because you carry your home with you, your body, your mind, all of it, the spirit, your soul. Everywhere you go is home. And everywhere you go, there's a message waiting for you. This message is your inspiration. The message you've been wanting. The message to assist in the liberation of you and the freedom of you. Allowing all to be in alignment with where you are and what you do, to assist you on your path in this infinite journey of evolution, knowing that nothing is done, knowing that everything is temporary, and the only thing that is consistent and constant is change, your transformation, and allow for the transformation to assist this what light begins to recede within your heart space, moving up and connecting to your third eye, allowing you to see with love the beauty of you, the beauty of the message, the beauty that is already here, as your eye is now open and your heart is open to receive.